Hello! Where are we? Where is this place? This room? It's different. Hello, welcome, or croeso, which is welcome in Welsh, because that's where we are. We're in Wales today. I have gone to my local bookstore. I asked them, is there any Welsh YA you can recommend? They're really confused. Wales has some beautiful literature and poetry, but I struggled to find some really good YA fiction either based in Wales or by Welsh authors or with a Welsh protagonist. I managed to find 5 reasonably good ones. Reasonably good meaning they had more than a 3 on Goodreads, and also their plot and description had to sound pretty interesting. The first book is Mrs. Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Briggs. It is probably one you've heard of before. It's been really popular on BookTube recently. This book is set on an island off the coast of Wales. It's a bit of a horror story. It's definitely in the horror section of the bookstore I went to, which is perfect because it's October and it's Halloween soon, so I might even read that during October. Second book is by one of my favourite authors, Maggie Strethner. I always pronounce her name wrong, I'm so sorry. But she has a book out called The Raven Boys, and although it's not set in Wales, its themes are central around Welsh mythology. Welsh mythology is really cool. It's all to do with Celtics and magic, and it makes for a really good fantasy series. This third book is called Among Others by Jo Walton. It's not particularly YA, but it definitely has a YA protagonist. And it also has a lot to do about Welsh magic and mythology. It's about a girl whose mother dabbles in dark magic, and her mother ends up turning crazy, and she ends up hurting her daughter and and the main character's sister. The main character moves away, but the magic still follows her, and it ends up creating a lot of problems and trouble for her later on. This fourth book is called The Earth Hums in B Flat. This book is by Mary Strachan. It strikes me as a fantasy / mystery story. It is about a girl in a Welsh village who has the ability to leave her body in her sleep and go walking around the town. She's considered a pretty odd and strange girl by her friends, but when her neighbour goes missing, she's able to use this ability to try and find them again. This book is called The Wicked and the Just by J. Anderson Coates. This last book is historical fiction. It's set in medieval Wales. This story is about a girl who moves from England to Wales. They move because when they move, the king will give them new opportunities for settling on the land. When she gets there, she's pretty bored, and she sort of takes out her boredom on the housemaid, who is around the same age as her, but they clash, it doesn't go very well, and the story is really about those two girls and their differences. It basically shows how she's able to grow and develop an understanding for the people around her. So that's it, those are the 5 books. There was another book, was by an author from South Wales called Beth Recalls, I think, and she has a contemporary YA book called Rolling Dice. The author is only 17, or she was only 17 when she wrote this book. She also wrote The Kissing Booth, which is a book I've heard of before, and also the book isn't set in Wales, it's set in America. I think it's set in Florida, but the author is a Welsh author. I mentioned a couple of other genres before. I didn't mention contemporary, so if you are looking for a Welsh contemporary YA book, then you should check out that author. That is it. If you have read any of those books, please comment below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Twitter. video.